Hey, I'm Rick with Left Coast Overland, and today I'm traveling the central coast of California. So if this train trestle looks at all familiar to you, it's kind of in the Goleta area. I just came down the hill from San Luis Obispo, and I've been doing a fuel economy test on the new 2019 Rebel 1500 Dodge. So stay tuned. I did 150 miles from from LA area up, and then I'm doing 150 miles back, setting it at 65 on the cruise control, maintaining the fuel economy, and seeing exactly what it is that it does. And so far, I'm really impressed. So take a look, and we'll go from there. I hope this automatic car wash doesn't destroy it. Alright, I've got a full tank of gas and a fresh rinse. It looks a little bit better. The automatic car wash didn't destroy it, so thumbs up. Barely fit inside of that thing. Anyways, I'm gonna set the trip and we're gonna do a little test on fuel economy. I'm gonna do a couple hundred miles up to San Luis Obispo area from Agoura, California via the Highway 101. And I wanna see, what kind of fuel economy we can achieve. Right now it's showing an average of 14.8 and the engine's just barely broke in. 771 miles total since purchase. So let's set the trip 0.0 and we'll do trip B as well. And what I'll do is I'll do trip A going up and trip B coming back and see if it changes at all. Let's hit the road. "65 miles an hour, cruise control set." On the road now for about a half an hour, come down the big hill, so we're on the backside, which is nice and flat. Showing current 21, which really boosted the average. It was at 14.8, now 15.3. Still set to 65 miles an hour, doing really good. I'm pretty impressed with this engine. And usually there'll be a little green light that pops up that says Eco, and that's when the multi-displacement system, which shuts down 4 cylinders, is engaged, and it kind of clicks in and off. At 65 miles an hour, it doesn't really seem to stay engaged, and I think that's just a little bit too fast for it to be running on just 4 cylinders. I'm just about to Santa Barbara area, and I'm ready for a coffee or something. I'm gonna pull off, grab some coffee, drain the radiator, and then keep on trucking. But this thing's doing great. Averaging, I believe, 20.4 since I left Agoura. So I'm very pleased with the fuel economy so far. It's doing really well. Got my adventure mug full of coffee. I'm gonna make that a feature. This is the adventure mug, and you can recognize it by its orange braided handle and the skull and crossbones on the other side. But it's ready to go. I'm ready to go. Let's keep on trucking. we have reached our destination. We are in the Pismo beach area, kind of south central California coast. Anyways, it's about 150 miles or so on the odometer, 147.0 from when we left, and I'm at 19.2 miles per gallon. So pretty happy overall. I think that's really solid. I kept it at 65 for the majority. I let the computer do the work. There was a few times where I had to slow down to around 50 or 55 just based on traffic conditions that I had to deal with. Otherwise, everything went really smoothly, and I'm really happy. We're at just under 3/4 of a tank to do 147.2 miles. Pretty impressive. 2 hours, 26 minutes, 19.2 miles per gallon, 147.3 miles. Very nice. Okay, this is the second trip down, coming back from Arroyo Grande to Los Angeles area, headed all the way down to Huntington Beach. Gonna be setting the cruise control at 65 miles an hour again, and just letting the computer take over and see what kind of fuel economy we get. Yesterday we came up, and that was our fuel economy. It was actually a little bit better than that when we did 147 miles at 19.4. So I'm gonna go to trip B and reset it to zeros and zeros. Got a full tank of gas, 956 miles on the clock, and about 200 miles to go. So let's see how we do this time around. Set to 65 miles per hour, cruise control. It is currently 12:16. Got about 3 hours of travel ahead of us. Let's see how well we do. Woohoo! First 1,000 miles. This truck is the best. Traffic conditions are requiring me to slow down just a little bit, so I'm set at about 55 miles per hour, and right now it's absolutely crushing it at 55. Really happy with that. It seems to stick in eco mode from 55 to 60, even kind of pulling up hills, you know, little grades a little bit. It doesn't switch off as quickly as it was when it was at 65. So for those of you who don't know, that eco mode is this little light on the left side, and that allows the engine to run on 4 cylinders rather than 8. So it shuts down half the fuel consumption. And as you can see, it's currently getting 22, 23 MPG, which is fantastic. Really impressed. So in the next few miles, I do have a big hill. It just kicked out. I have a big hill to go up. It's the Carpinteria or Camarillo grade, headed up in towards like Newberry Park area on the 101. It's probably going to drop around somewhere into the 9-10 mile per hour range. I'm going to keep it at 55 if traffic permits, and we'll just see what happens. But so far so good. Trip info is looking really nice. 19.8. I'm at 130 miles in. Really happy with that. Start of the hill, we're still doing really good. 18 current, but the grade's gonna really start pulling real quick here, and I think it's gonna drop significantly. But set at 55 and we'll see what we do. Here comes a Humvee passing me in my rear view or side view, coming up on my left. That thing's sick. Wonder what kind of mileage he's pulling. 9, 6, 1 negative mileage. Oh, dude. And now here we go, we're passing him. So I'm doing 55, he's slowing way back down. He's like, oh boy. So I'm just gonna keep it pegged at 55, man. Let's see how we do. We're at 9 right now. Okay, we're over the top of the grade now. There's our Humvee friend over there. Kind of kept paces with us. Doing really good. almost to where I left from yesterday, about 10-12 miles from where that was. So when I get to that point on the freeway, I'll make a note of it, where we're at. 19.7 right now. I can only imagine it's going to go up from there a little bit. And yeah, that's a real good test of where this vehicle is, right in the 20 mile an hour or 20 miles per gallon wheelhouse. Very impressed with that. I kept it at mostly 65. Right now I'm doing 55 still because I just came up the grade, but that's all in all really, really good. Very impressed for a 4x4 with a 5.7 liter V8 to be able to do 20 miles per gallon. Want to make note, the tire pressures are all in the same wheelhouse, 60, 59, 60, 59. What else is going on here? We got total engine time 33 hours. Those are my vitals. Everything's looking really, really great. I've had the AC set at 70, so that it's not pumping out too much cold air. It's comfortable. It's 80 degrees outside ambient temperature. So I'm just trying to make note of these different factors, which could basically affect fuel economy here or there by a couple of degrees or not. So far so good. Back up on the kind of valley side of the 101, doing through Thousand Oaks and into Agoura. So about 10 miles away from where we left off yesterday, and currently averaging around 19.7 MPGs for this trip. So for comparison, the size of that vehicle, it's a Dodge Dakota single cab V8 with a regular box. I think it's a 6.5 foot box. I used to have that same exact pickup truck. I bought one in 2003. It was a 1997 model with a 5.2 liter V8, and it used to get 17 miles per gallon. And it was only two-wheel drive. That was a 4x4 there, but this being a new truck with a 5.7 liter V8, twice as much horsepower, twice as much everything. It has 4 doors. It has a 4x4 package, which is phenomenal. Locking differentials, comes stock with 33s. Like, everything about it blows the old trucks out of the water, and we're still doing better fuel economy on the highway than a two-wheel drive Dakota. So in my opinion, this thing is a total win. Thumbs up to Dodge, 2 thumbs up for the Rebel package. The trim looks awesome, and the 2019 body lines, everything is more sleek. It travels down the road better than their older models because of the profile, and it is proving its value. I'm really, really impressed, and I'm very pleased with my purchase of this particular truck. Okay, my friends, this is the end of the test from Agoura to Arroyo Grande, 147 miles, and then from Arroyo Grande back to Agoura, the same 147 miles. And there we have it, 147 miles, 19.9 miles per gallon, 2.24 hours in transit. This thing is a stud. Overall, we did 332 miles, 19.3, 5 hours, 49 minutes of transit time. Mostly keeping it at 55 to 65 in that area, having the cruise control. Anybody out there that's interested in the 2019 Ram Rebel 1500, I recommend it. It's a awesome truck so far. I'm so happy with it. So that was a really, really good test of what it is capable of as far as fuel economy. I hope that you got something out of it. If you did, hit the like button. If you want to see more of the Ram 1500 Rebel, hit the subscribe button. I've got a lot of great things in store for this truck. It is going to be the overlanding machine. I keep telling you about it, but you're just going to have to see how it all pans out. So please do follow, please do subscribe, please do like, please do share. And yeah, so this is Rick from Left Coast Overland. I appreciate you watching, and until next time.